When I say swimming pool, you say, well, whatever you say. Surely it's not something along the lines of, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. But here we are to prove you wrong yet again and tell you should indeed be afraid of some swimming pools. Well, which ones? You'll have to watch this top 10 terrifying swimming pools to find out, right? Let's jump right in, but not literally. Stay with us until the end because the last one has a very spooky story to tell that tops every other pool in this video. Number 1 is Sky Condos. The 20-story building in Peru looks absolutely normal until you notice some things protruding from it. Weird architectural things? Well, yes and no. You see, these are actually the place you swim. The concrete swimming pools would jut out from each of the many elevated courtyards, giving the owners a chance to swim up high and enjoy the view. How can you enjoy the view or anything really when you're suspended so high up in the air? We don't know either and don't care to find out. It's definitely a solution to a space problem, though, and we'll give them credit for that if nothing else. Number 2 is Nemo 33. You know, you'd think with a name like Nemo, this would be something sweet and cute, reminding us of the lovely cartoon fish, but no. Nemo 33 is actually a record holder for the world's deepest diving pool. Now, you might think, that's not so scary, but wait till you see the photos. This thing goes down 34.5 meters, and it has underwater caves. Why dive in the sea when you can dive in a claustrophobic pool? Weirdly enough, the people that seem to like it more are actually divers. In case you ever want to visit because you're obviously not right in the head, it's located in Brussels, Belgium. But seriously, just look at it. Who'd want to go down there? Ugh. Number 3, the Holiday Inn in Shanghai, Pudong, Kangkuo. Nothing more relaxing than being on vacation, staying in a nice hotel. Oh, and you can take a dip in the pool after a day of exploring, but that's not what the architects of this hotel thought about. Instead, they must have thought it would be a great idea to create a very beautiful pool and then leave it open at the bottom. It might not be as open as in to fall down open, but it's open as in to look down 100 meters up in the air from a clear glass open. Let's hope that at least passerbys will have more fun watching you float through as you'll have while swimming, trying to keep your eyes from going to the bottom every 5 seconds. As we learned, this pool is also a record breaker, being the highest glass-bottom swimming pool in the world. Impressive, sure. Want to visit? Nah, we're good. Number 4, Sanctuary Swala. If you visit Tanzania, more specifically the Sanctuary Swala, you'll be able to enjoy a nice swim in the amazingly pretty infinity pool. But since you're watching the top 10 most terrifying swimming pools, you know there's a catch, right? You're obviously correct. This pool is often visited by elephants and big cats. And we don't mean tiny baby elephants or fat kitties. What we mean, the ones that can kill you so fast you won't even have time to upload on social media your photo of this crazy pool. Strangely, the people in the Sanctuary Swallow use exactly this as their selling point. Come get eaten by a lion. That doesn't sound like a very good advertisement to us, but what do we know? Number 5, the Bandra Om Tower. If you find yourself wondering where to buy property in Mumbai, we've got a recommendation for you, although it's more like a recommendation on where not to buy property. The Bandra Om Tower is breathtakingly pretty to look at until you realize the balconies aren't balconies, but infinity pools. From the look of it, it looks like you're going to pay a lot of money in order to buy your own apartment here. So why, oh why, would you want to do that and get a pool that's 140 meters above the ground? It's a balcony. Let it be a balcony. We don't dive in our balconies, and certainly not in a glass pool that's just hanging there. Number 6, the Sky Habitat Swimmable Bridge. We'll swim that bridge when we get there, as the saying goes. Wait, what? That's not how the saying goes. We can hear you say it. But bridges are meant to be crossed, whether that means walking, driving, or swimming. More specifically, if you want to go on from this luxury apartment block to another, you can swim the 38-story high bridge that connects them. Oh, we didn't mention the best part. It's also an infinity pool. So yeah, you can see everything around you, and more specifically, below you as you swim on for dear life. We guess use one of these swimmable bridges for professional swimmers to train there maybe, especially if they're afraid of heights, but we're sure that they'll break their own record for the fastest length ever. Apart from that, really? A swimmable bridge? Really? Why? Number 7, Skypark. The people at Marina Bay Sands might swear the swimming pool is perfectly safe. We're not taking our chances, thank you very much. Another infinity pool that's up at the top of the world, and this one is humongous too. It sits across 3 towers, which means there are parts of the pool that don't stand on anything. So you're swimming without support. Yes, we know we're overreacting, but hear the next part. At 650 feet above the ground. Can you imagine doing that? No, I thought so, neither can we. But if you must, because you're an adventurer or something, please don't go there with someone you hate. Can you imagine being thrown off that pool and somebody would say it was an accident? Oh, they just jumped off my shoulders, officer, to take a dip. I didn't know they were going in that direction. We can imagine the whole thing, and yes, now we are definitely overreacting. Number 8 is the Devil's Pool. Now come on, seriously, you don't even need to know anything about this pool except for the name, and it means you shouldn't go there. But since we're here, we'll tell you about the Devil's Pool. It's located in the Zambian side of Victoria Falls. Even though it's not actually man-made, it's still very much a pool. In the website, their answer to the question, is Devil's Pool safe to visit? They start with the reply, essentially, yes. And then they go on to tell you about the accidents that have happened there. So yes, we're essentially going to stay away. But we can hear you asking again, why is it so dangerous? Are you going to tell us? Well, of course, my impatient friend. It is basically perched on the edge of the world's largest waterfall. The only thing between you and a 100-meter drop being a submerged stone wall. Need more info? No. Good. We don't either. Number 9, Golden Nugget. If you visit Texas, don't swim in the tank pool. We repeat, do not swim in the tank pool. You know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, in this case, the thing that'll be staying in Vegas might be your unconscious body, because swimming there can cause you to faint from terror, and that's the best case scenario. Worst case is to be eaten by sharks. Yeah, we said sharks. There's a water slide in a shark tank, and even though it's enclosed and nobody says it can ever be broken by any reason or the other, we would not want to risk being there when that happens. And even if it doesn't, why on earth would somebody want to be surrounded by sharks while they're in the water themselves? Adrenaline rushes can be found elsewhere, people. Leave the sharks alone. They might want revenge. Number 10, the First Class Swimming Pool. You hear the name and you instantly like it. First Class Swimming Pool. You imagine something luxurious, unique, for people who enjoy life. Well, this First Class Swimming Pool may have once been that, but not anymore. It's not even a working pool, although it does make money still for a completely different reason. You see, it belonged to RMS Queen Mary, and it's considered to be the most haunted swimming pool in the world. Rumors say among the ghosts who reportedly still hang around is an engineer who died in the ship's engine room, a lady in white, and various children located throughout the ship, including, of course, the first-class swimming pool. Weirdly enough, the Queen's Mary-owned log doesn't even have one single death happening there because of drowning. If you want a spooky adventure, then you can visit the ship at its final resting place in Long Beach, California, and take the Haunted Encounters tour. I mean, we don't see why you'd want to have nightmares, but who are we to judge? Well, there you have it for today. These are the 10 most terrifying swimming pools that you absolutely had to see. Now, how do you feel, especially after the last one? We are sure as day going to stay away from that swimming pool after researching all this. Did we miss any pools that you know about that are terrifying? Well, tell us in the comments, and maybe you'll see your idea on a next top 10. And please don't forget, like the video, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. We'll see you next time.